Well, good evening to you, my friends, or morning or afternoon or wherever you may be watching at this time. But right now it's Saturday Night Grillin on the Bayou, and it's turned into golden grilling on the Bayou. We watched John R Prospecting do his pay dirt bag of this material I'm about to do, and I was like, man, it's just too nice of a night out here grilling, sitting here watching the video. I want to get mine in, so we see we got the torches going. We've been doing the grill still going with some the Cajun sausage stuffed mushroom caps. So got our margarita. We've been working on a few of those. Got some backup at the gold station. So without further ado, on this special Saturday night gold adventure, let's turn to the Bering Sea and see what we get at the gold station, or the new gold epicenter of South Louisiana, our table. And yes, you can maybe be able to see there we are set up and ready to go. And I'm thinking we ought to kick this off right. So we got our salt, we got our lime, we got our shot. So cheers to you, my friends. Cuervo, the gold. Double shot. That's how we get started on Saturday Night Gold. Well, all right, here we have our bag. X marks the spot for our Diver Dirt from EMILY RIEDEL, Bering Sea Gold. Their new bag that she's put out, and this is a 1 gram guarantee bag for $95, shipping included, and it came with a very cool be a gold miner. And you see the bottom there: adventurous, independent, unemployable, and then it's got a picture of the dredge there, and then one of their standard Bering Sea paydirt stickers. So, and these things they sell these on their site for like $3 or $4 or something a piece. So very cool to get the cool stickers. And if y'all might recall, whenever I did the last Bering Sea Gold, it was when you ordered, you got an extra free sticker in it, and it didn't come with my bag. And I contacted them about it on email, and I had the sticker that was out was in at my door within a week. So great customer service on this bag. It was $95, and when it came up on my email, it offered 10% off your next order, or 10% off. It really just said just 10% off basically. And move our stickers where it'll be safe. And it didn't give us specific. We got our Carson our Carson prospecting icon here set up ready to go. I'm sitting here fumbling around. There we go. And I entered it is you put in your email, and it was for their like a monthly contact thing for their channel. And so I did that, and I put in the order, and it ran through, and it didn't take 10% off. So since I didn't have an email on it, I figured it was just going to be automatic, and it didn't come through. So I mean, that's 10%. I really wasn't that worried about it. But I sent them an email just saying, hey, I did not get the percentage off my bag. And again, I told them the same thing. Thank you so much for taking care of the last order, the sticker. I really appreciate the customer service. And I got a message back from them, an email almost immediately from Alex, and saying that they had issues with the 10% did not apply to this bag, and there was some confusion to it, and basically thanked me for pointing it out and bringing it to their attention, and that they were already in the process of correcting that and making sure that people did not think they were going to get that on the bag and maybe lose orders from people thinking something wasn't going through. So again, but within I mean, very quickly they returned my contact with them. So really great people. And I even had another one from Emily. Alec talking about it was Emily's message there saying how, yeah, the customer service is a lot better. The weather's been bad, and when they can't dredge, the customer service gets better. So here we go with this beautiful little, like I said, I love the label on that. That's a really cool diver dirt label. So we will dump it out and take a look at this. But actually, the reason we're doing this tonight is because, oh, look at there's a nice. I think John R Prospecting had this too on there, like you said, because he had something about it was for skipping. The reason we're doing this tonight is because John R Prospecting, which I will leave a link to his video on this on the channel, did his bag that he'd gotten of this in, and it looked so good. I was just like, man, I want to go ahead and do mine. So like I said, I was already doing the grilling, and it was such a nice night out here, the last weekend in July. So I said, let's have a drink and do some gold. So, but again, whenever I contacted him, he said thanked me for that and said that he was going to make up for it, that he would pad my bag a little bit. So I don't know what that's going to mean, because John R Prospecting got a really nice return on his stuff of gold that he got out of this 1 gram bag. So, but again, it was just I really appreciated the attention. It's a TV show, you know. It's a novelty gold, kind of the way I think I've done a couple of the bags, and John's done a few of them now, and it's still, you know, I mean, it's for a novelty dirt, you're still getting, you know, between the, you know, the 70s, high 70s ROI on it. So it's not terrible for sure, and it's and like I said, if you're a fan of the show, it's cool to do it. I personally have never, just, you know, full disclosure, I've never watched that Bering Sea. When I watched it was back years ago when it had just started, and same thing with Gold Rush. I haven't watched any of those shows in many years, but I do see some of her stuff come up on YouTube and the shorts that she's done, and the new baby, and congratulations to them on that. So, and they seem like really cool people, you know, people that you'd like to be around. So, like a lot of people in this business and in this community and that do this. So, let's get some water set up here in the dark. And actually, I probably need to check my mushrooms. Yeah, these that sausage you want to make sure that you flip them and get a good sear on that. So actually, I've talked to y'all a little too long on this, I believe, and I let them shrink a little more than I wanted to, but that's all right. Whenever you're dealing with pork sausage in mushroom caps, better safe than sorry is my term. So we'll get those off, and we'll be back to get the gold. All right, we're good to go. Y'all may notice this. This is my batch of Madagascar rocks and crystals that came in that are going into the tumbler. And just look at that. That's a giant piece of amethyst. Is that not gorgeous? I mean, that's the biggest thing I've ever had of that. So some really, again, that's another piece with a lot of amethyst through it. Big chunks and cool stuff. So I just thought I'd show that real quick. And so all right, we're going to put Dingy Doris to work on this one, since we have a rather small amount of material really compared to go with. So, but yeah, so John R Prospecting is the reason we're doing this tonight. I saw him doing that bag, and he got some beautiful, nice gold out of it. And like I said, it's just too nice of a night out here on the Bayou to not get into this. So let's see if we turn the light on, if that's gonna. Okay, it's telling me I can't do it. Let's try that one. There we go. It's weird, the zoom, it won't let you do it on a certain, if you're zoomed in a certain amount on this camera. It's got a few quirks to it, but so let's see what we got here from the Bering Sea. And like I said, this is from the EMILY RIEDEL DREDGE, the very popular TV show. I think we need to adjust some light. Hold on a second. There we go. That's a little better. I can see better now than just off the light of the camera with my overhead going. Again, this is some very fine material. the stuff that John got was some, like I said, some really beautiful gold and a good amount out of the 1 gram bag. So we will, like I said, I'm interested to see what we get out of this. But again, $95, shipping included, and I always take off for shipping when it's included like that. So on the size of this bag that came in would normally be a $6 or $7 package. So give them the benefit of the doubt, take off $7. So, you know, $88 for material costs. And she is now selling it where you can buy her gold out of the Bering Sea directly. I mean, straight up in vials, not in pay dirt, by the gram. But, you know, again, it kind of, a lot of people think it kind of defeats the purpose of the whole pay dirt thing, getting it, you know, the Bering Sea gold already out. But I mean, if you're a fan, I can see that where you'd want to have some of her gold that you've, you know, seen come out of, you know, off of TV. And so I said I looked at this when I forgot the first batch as a novelty gold, and was actually surprised that it had a nice, you know, a decent ROI to it for a TV show. And then the, you know, the way they handle their company and selling their pay dirts, they're very serious about it. It's you know, I got to give them credit for that for sure. And have been, you know, they do a lot better than I can think of a main company right now offhand that somebody's still been having issues with for a month, that is a long time viewer and you know, friend to the channel, that's just been ridiculous, dealing with a major gold supplier to people in the community that's just basically ignored this guy. And I have not bought anything else from him since he started dealing with this, and I'm not going to until it's resolved, and I may not after that, because there's too many, again, gold nugget sales vendetta, Miners Depot, you know, even Lynch. You know, there's too many reputable companies you can deal with that won't jack you around. And the company I'm talking about right now is just there's no reason for what he's been going through with this stuff. So, you know, he has the support of the community behind him. And like I said, I have not purchased any more. I had an order ready to go, over $300, and I canceled it when I heard what was going on. And I'm not going to do it until it's resolved. And like I said, maybe not even after that. So let's roll this back and check us out some Bering Sea gold down here in South Louisiana. One of the only 2 states in the country, in the continental United States or North America, that does not have any fucking gold in it. Great place to decide you want to be a gold prospector. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and there's places I could get gold in Texas right now that I've found out about, that you know, that I used to frequent regularly. And I keep thinking about, man, all those times that I was wasting my time sleeping or, you know, fishing in the heat of the day. I would have said, screw it, you know, I'll go back and hit the morning and the night, and then during the day I'll be looking for gold. But there are a number of places I would love to revisit throughout Texas that I've been, from the Big Bend country down to, like I said, Kerrville and the Llano area, which is one of the main areas they get gold from in Texas, and to you know, East Texas, places that I guided on Lake Fork for a lot of years and fished there for decades, and I know of many runoffs, creek beds that cut down to where you would see rock. But look at that gold showing up there. That's looking very nice for our first little bit of material going in the pan. Very nice. Like I said, John R Prospecting's video got me all stoked up watching this earlier, sitting out here when I was when he was doing his premiere tonight. It's always fun being in the live chats. So if you're watching this and you're not on the premiere and you're not in the live chat, there's a button there that says, you know, or if you scroll down, you'll see the chat run going. But I mean, if you don't scroll down, you won't see it. Or if you don't hit the live chat, go to live chat button, you won't see it. But if you're watching this now on the premiere night of our regular Friday night, 8:01, we try to do one every Friday, just for the pleasure of you folks in the chat right now, because that's what really makes this fun. I mean, I really appreciate all the subscribers for sure, and the viewers, and everyone that watches it after it's come out. That's the great thing about YouTube. You watch it whenever you want to. I've been talking, I probably didn't even show any of that until there, but there you go. That is our first, and I'm using the pan of He Who Shall Not Be Named here from another issue that was on led to Vendetta Week. But yeah, so all right, that's a good start for there. So we'll be back. All right, I think we need to celebrate that pan. Why is my shawl not coming out here? Oh, it's been sitting out here in the humidity and just having this sitting out here briefly. Yeah, the salt does not last well down in the Bayou in South Louisiana. I'd say we cut it back a little. This is like a triple size shot glass, so we cut it back a little bit for that one. So cheers, my friends, for that pan. Salt. Shot. And lime. I swap it up sometimes. Sometimes I do it shot, then salt and lime. Sometimes salt, shot, and lime. You know, you got to change it up. So, all right. There's our flat rock in this one. I've kind of been splashing water in. Of course, we started out by putting our jet dry in here. You didn't see me do it, but it is in there. Because after seeing John's bag, I knew there was going to be some little stuff in here. And I will be revisiting this in the sunny light of day tomorrow. The sober the sober sunny light of day. But yeah, it's kind of weird. They put it throwing like I said, John, I know he mentioned it there that it was like a skipping rock. And so I mean, yeah, I guess they just throw one of those in for good measure on them. I noticed I just did, if y'all saw the last video I did on the large leaf gold from Gold Nugget Sales. Beautiful stuff. Highly recommend getting some of that gold if you can. 3 grams with a 1 gram minimum, but I had one that was over 1.65 and one that was 1.70 size nuggets that were the size of a half a dollar, one of them, just because they're so flat, and you get these huge pieces of gold. That's just very impressive. But I saw that Mike, very, very grateful to have Mike from the owner of Gold Nugget Sales, who we get this stuff from, was on the video, on the live chat with us, and I saw he said that they'd actually were, because I'd even mentioned it before too, I didn't understand why they still put so much large rocks in their bags as for filler material. And he made a comment that that they were that they'd actually, that was something they were doing, was because it was not so much big material in for the big bag that I got of I doubled up on my leaf gold on that one, so it was actually a 6 gram rather than 3 grams. So Mike will do that if you want to get some of his stuff and have instead of a 3 gram bag, you want a 6 gram bag. He like I said, he's very accommodating to his customers. So it was but like I said, it's awesome. I highly recommend that beautiful stuff. But yeah, so I thought that was cool that they are because that's one thing everybody always talk about Gold Bay, is that he puts in huge rocks in his regular bags. That's just, you know, 2/3 of it's just weight from rock. That's totally, you know, useless. But so yeah, that's I think that's really cool. And again, I highly recommend that Leaf Gold Pay Dirt. But right now we're doing Bering Sea Gold from Miss Emily Riedel. And again, congratulations to her and her. I think Alex is her husband. Like I said, I'm not familiar with the show, but from what I picked up, I believe that is her, you know, the father and her husband there. If not, I apologize. But he seems to be running the. I've contacted them a couple of times now since over the last year since I've been doing this and got their stuff, and he's always the one that responded to me, and like I said, always in excellent time. So like I said, really good customer service and attention to their product for a, you know, again, a kind of a what you might consider a novelty. Oh, I hear some of my hurricane rescues back there going at it. I got 2 males that aren't fixed that come around and have kind of shown up here and there. And I was thinking the possum may be coming. I got a young possum that makes the rounds every night between the raccoons and the big possum. But it's just a little. It's like our home zoo, except it's all just domestic animals, cats and coons and possums. Fortunately, no skunks or rats. Look at that showing up in that. Another. Looks like a pretty nice batch of gold. And again, if you're a fan of the show, I'm sure it's really cool to do this. I mean, I think it's just cool because it's some Bering Sea Gold. And like I said, I did watch the show Bering Sea Gold when it was the guys that were running it, and they were first building their dredges, and you know, they had the drunk guy that they never could keep on and whatever, and you know, it just got a little redundant. Plus, it would kind of I'd be envious seeing these jars of gold, thinking I'll never get a chance to have anything like that. I'll never have raw gold like that. Like I said, that's one thing I've mentioned many times when doing this, is that gold takes you out of the normal wheelhouse of just normal life and normal people. Gold's always kind of thinking, most people think of that's something that rich people deal with, or that other, you know, investors, or, you know, that's not the common man thing is gold. And yeah, it is. There is a modern day gold rush going on, and modern day normal people just like us that can, you know, if you got $20, if you got $1,000, if you got enough to buy, you know, 5 ounces, you can you know, be part of gold, of the mystique that is gold, and the just the incredible, you know, like I said, gold is eternal. This shit is ancient. So and it's got a value that's lasted throughout the existence of humankind. And some of this gold that you see is the same gold that some ancient primordial human reaching into the stream to get a drink and picking up the shiny rock because it caught their eye. You know, it's in the same condition as it was thrown back on the shore and then reabsorbed and buried, you know, hundreds of feet underground, or in floods, or in rivers, or wherever. But you know, it doesn't wear, it doesn't decay, it doesn't erode. It is eternal. And it's just a very cool aspect of something that, again, that takes you out of the normal daily life that you that we think of, and puts you into something where you're dealing with stuff like this It's just incredible. Beautiful. Look how, I mean, that's one thing. It does show up gold in the dark on the green pan at night. So yeah, that is impressive. I'm glad. If I can get it to zoom back. I am glad that I went ahead and jumped on this tonight, because it's fun to. Otherwise, I've got a lot of stuff that came in before this that I would need to do and want to do, but so this might have gotten kicked back farther. So like I said, after seeing John do his and how good his came out, it made me really want to check out mine. I did, whenever I went through the last pan, I did find a couple of more, just like that little speck that's showing up right there, those little 3 specks. But like I said, I will go through this tomorrow in the sunlight and look for that super fine gold that might have eluded me here in the dark. But nice, very nice. All right, we'll finish up the last pan here. I was going to pause it, but I think it's not much in there. We'll just walk through this one here. It's going to be very long. It's a small bag of material, so it's easy to get through. And you can see there's no real challenge to it other than just working down that last little bit to looking for that fine gold. And just like John on his had said, I ordered this and it came within, I think it was within 6 or 7 days I had it at the door. So, you know, again, just outstanding customer service, and seem like very good people to deal with. For TV people. It is not your Hollywood libtard types, I don't believe. But I've said that before, that I think people that are in this hobby, this lifestyle, this, especially, you know, if you're out there going to the effort of hiking out and taking your equipment and working your creeks to get a few flakes of gold, you know, that's just the whole idea of dealing and having gold is it carries a certain nostalgic ruggedness and American, you know, leave me the hell alone and let me do my thing, independence. You know, it's ridiculous that they won't let you run a sluice in a river because they're gonna say it's gonna stir up the water and disturb to silt it up. Whereas you're out there, you know, doing the crap that they you know, ordain that you have to do to be able to find some flakes of gold. And at the end of the day, it rains and a torrential rain comes through and churns up everything and tears out trees from the bank. But no, while you're there, you can't silt up the water or cause it, you know, just absurd crap, red tape, authoritarianism, and we don't like that. We don't like it in any aspect of any part of our lives. And like I said, I think that runs a little deeper in the kind of people that do this, and that I know definitely on the people that are on my channel it does. But, you know, there's yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's right. Hats off to everybody that enjoys this, has discovered it, and has where it's. I know some people it takes over your life, just like anything. It can take over your life for good or for bad. So everything in moderation's always been my motto, and that's what's kept me around to this long. It's I can tell you there's pretty much nothing I haven't done. But I've never overdone, or at least most of the time, anything. Moderation. So gold's a little bit harder though, man, because you know, it's just, there's no, especially when you got companies like Vendetta and Gold Nugget Sales and keep putting out new pay dirts and new material, and you gotta you're compelled to. Okay, I'm gonna hold off for a little while on this. Well, I mean, when you're doing the videos, you don't have the option. You gotta always have something new to do for the channel. But yeah, I mean, don't worry about repeating pay dirts, or if somebody else does one. I never think about that. It's you know, if somebody's seen it before. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to be able to present a number of especially the first year I was doing this, a number of pay dirts that no one else could get, no one else had or had done for the first time. So, like I said, I was I always felt very privileged to be able to show that first. But it doesn't matter. I mean, it's cool, but it's, you know, if somebody done it before, it doesn't matter. I always enjoy seeing, you know, different versions of the same dirt done. You know, did they get what I got? Did they get more? You know, is it always the same? So don't be, you know, don't be influenced by what anybody else does or is doing. Do what you have and what you like. And like I said, this is YouTube. This isn't real life. It gets to be real life when it interrupts your life or your job or your. Although once you get into this, it does take up a majority. That's a nice look. Look at that cool. Look at that cool piece there. That looks like pure. And I've been seeing all these little shiny specks going through here. That's what that is. It's a piece of, I bet you it's pretty, yeah, look at that. It's crumbling away in my hand right there. I was going to say that is pure mica, a chunk of pure mica. So that's what's been showing up, is the little sparkles throughout this that I was especially seeing in the light here that I have. So, yeah, that was a nice, I was trying to just chip off an end of it. It kind of broke it into more pieces, but that's all right. Some of y'all will be getting some of the Bering Sea mica in your pay dirt if you order some Bayou Gold Guy pay dirt, because like I said, they're kind of a conglomerate of a number of different pay dirts and channels and materials from all across YouTube. So you never know what's going to be in it, but I try to always make sure it's something cool. All right, we're down to the end of our stuff here. Yeah, and yes, if y'all are wondering, there are 2 nice T-bone steaks sitting in the oven along with my baked potato and my mushroom caps, but the gold comes first. Plus, after, I don't forget now whether we're at 4 or 5 on our. Yes, that is salt on the edge. You got to always have salt on your margarita. But yeah, look at that, man. That is some beautiful, bright ass gold there. We've got some pretty tiny stuff in there too. A little bit of black sand showing up there. Very nice. Just check that out, man. That is. I gotta say, I'm very happy with the way that looks. And I really love the way it shows up in the light here under this. That looks like gold. That is some golden gold. So let's see, we'll snuffer a bunch of this up that's clean, and I'll go through the rest of this again, and we'll be back. and almost right on cue. Oh, did he run off? I was gonna say, there's my little guy. Oh, the light's shining on him off the camera. But yeah, if you got a glimpse of him, that was my little possum. There, we turned off the light. It was actually more me looking at him that scared him off, turning around. I'm acting like I'm still looking down at the gold pan instead of turning towards him. But you can see he's a little guy. But yeah, sometimes I'll sit out here at the night and he'll come through. The coons will come through. The possum twice his size will come through. But yeah, I like the little guys around here, and he does love him some cat food. Well, I jumped the gun a bit there. I went ahead and dumped the vial before I turned the camera on, but we didn't mix too much other than a big pile of gold coming out of the snuffer bottle. But yeah, I think we've got us a pretty good batch here. Oh, let's turn our light back on. There we go. We killed it. Oh, it's not going to let me do it until zoom in, get to the right side. Okay, there we go. Possum's still over there. If you hear the crunching, he's over there eating his cat food. I always know after the possum and the coons come through because the bowl's always tipped over. At least the one by the door. But yeah, look at that. That is a very nice looking pile of Bering Sea Gold off the dredge from the TV show. It's now here, like I said, in a pan in South Louisiana. So again, that just makes it pretty cool in and of itself. Where's my gold? There it is. In and of itself. So all right, now we'll go ahead and snuffer this up and take it in and see what we ended up with. So there's our grilling, and here's our gold. So here we are the next day, well before the cocktail hour. And I wasn't slurring my words or anything last night. Like I said, I was on like 3 or 4 on the margaritas, but I'd been drinking them starting off like 3 hours before that, doing yard work, leading right up till John's premiere started, and then right after that I started mine. So yeah, they were spread out. Those last 2 shots were the biggest kick that I had, and like I said, it wasn't that much. So yeah, I do not endorse excessive alcohol use in any way. Okay, so we're clear for YouTube. All right, well, we've got our dried gold of our Bering Sea, and I went through my tailings today, like I said, in the sunlight of day, and I just weighed up what I found, about 22 little pieces that weighed up to 0.002, so it was actually enough to add up to a little weight. So let's see what I had it set up and zeroed out here. Hello, come on. There we go. So, all right, this is our 1 gram guaranteed Bering Sea Gold. And there's a nice little chunk right there, that little picker piece. It's one of our bigger pieces. Well, I'll have to look at it later. 0.031 for that little chunk. Whoa, 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 whoa. Holy cow. All right. I think that is a very acceptable amount. on a guaranteed 1 gram bag. And like I said, he said he was going to pad it a little for me. I wasn't sure what that would look like because John R Prospecting, again, I'll leave a link, had a real nice amount of gold in his 1 gram bag. So this is even over that. So 1.486. So how cool is that? Thank you so much, Emily and Alex, for Bering Sea Gold, for setting me up on this one. And like I said, that's just beautiful. Love that number. So I crunched the numbers on our beautiful Bering Sea Gold here, and some pretty impressive numbers they were. Those are our bigger pieces down here on the end. There's actually some that looks like dark black sand there. It's actually gold. It's like that piece right there that's very black on it. Some that has little black specks to it. There are a few little grains of sand here and there, but the bigger pieces of black that are showing up are basically on pieces of gold. So again, really beautiful stuff. Y'all see it looks a lot different in this light than it did in that pan last night in the glowing gold. But 1.486 grams of this. Excuse me. On the day I bought it, was going for around $1,700, $55.25 a gram. At 1.486 grams, we have a gold value of $82.11 on the day I bought this stuff. Very nice. And $95 for the bag. I take off $7 for postage because I do not count postage on this, and I don't penalize a company for covering postage on it off the price of their material. So with an $88 material cost, that gives us a 93% ROI on this Bering Sea Gold. So like I said, a much higher ROI than I was expecting to see out of this, and a very generous amount of gold. Again, he said he was going to make up a little bit for just the inconvenience on getting in touch with him about the 10% off confusion, and see how black that is up there. That's all gold. So really, like I said, a little bit more. If you watch John R Prospecting, you'll see what he got on his. It was still a generous amount of gold, over a gram on that as well. But really nice, really beautiful stuff, and it was fun to recover. And like I said, I did find some small, tiny flakes that added up to a little bit of weight at the in the tailings today. So go back and double check that stuff. But I think we are going to call this one very good on this. Oh, be careful with that. I'm a little gun shy, as y'all may know from handling gold after last week's fiasco, knocking that pan over. Fortunately, that was not. If it had been gold like this, yeah, y'all would have heard me crying. I was very lucky. That just what I had in there. So again, the diver dirt, a very cool bag. I really like the picture I said of the diver on there going in. And the cool stickers. Adventurous, independent, unemployable. So wouldn't mind being out there with them, digging up some gold. I've done some scuba diving. I can handle the cold. So, all right. Well, all right. Thank you so much again to Emily Riedel and Alec and the Bering Sea Gold team for putting this together and giving us such a great material. Oh, I guess that was a bit different from our regular weekly pay dirt videos on our Saturday Night Grillin gold and possums with a little margarita thrown in on the side. So thank y'all for joining me on this episode of Bayou Gold Guy. I am Bayou Gold Guy. And if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button and the like button on the video, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be notified when more videos are going to come out. And I think, like I said, a very cool Bering Sea Gold pay dirt that they're offering right now. And like I said, for postage included, and the having the gold, it's like I said, I said I kind of would call it a novelty bag, and that's not. I don't mean to be, that to be demeaning it in any way. And as you can see right there, this is a much higher quality bag that I did tonight than you'll see off of a number of different companies that sell tons of gold as their own. Not to mention companies like Golden or like I said, even Lynch, where if you can get 70% ROI most of the time. You're lucky, and so yeah, it's novel because it is off of a TV show, but it is a legitimate. They put out some legitimate pay dirt with some cool gold, and they're serious about it. Running their company right. So again, I'm very very grateful to them for taking care of us on here. And again, I put that order in on the 27th, and it was out for delivery on the 31st. It came in incredibly fast, considering where it's coming from. So, can't knock that. So, I hope you enjoyed this, and till the next time, peace out, my friends, and get you some of that good Bering Sea gold. This is what I'd say. Yeah, give them a shot on it. So. And I have to say also, before I forget, thank you to John R Prospecting. That is his keychain right there. Oh, attached to my magnet. We didn't do a magnet test on this stuff. But at any rate, thank you to John R Prospecting for getting this ball rolling. And again, it's kind of cool whenever I know a lot of us, we watch a pay dirt being done on YouTube, and you think, man, I wish I had a bag of that to do. And it's just kind of cool when you actually have one, when you've seen it like that, which I happen to. So I was taking advantage of that little event where, watching John do his made me want to do mine. So I had it to do. Thank you. And like I said, I'll leave a link to his video on this stuff as well. So check out John R Prospecting. Get a subscription on his channel. He's about to break 400 here pretty soon. So thank you, my friends.